In this lecture, we are improving our number guessing game and putting a UI on top of it so that the user can play it more easily. In a previous lecture, we've done a game like this. The user could guess the number between 1 and 10, and they could do something like, let's say, 6. And the program is telling me that the number is lower than 6. So I can try a 4. And it's lower than 4, I can try a 2. And I see that my number is 2. This is a console application we've done before. We want to do a GUI version of this. The first thing is to create a project. It's a widget application. Its name is going to be 112. Guess number. As usual. Hit next. Choose the kit you want. You don't want to choose multiple kits because that simply consumes your memory and you don't want to do that. Choose one kit is enough. So we choose a widget application and finish our project, and we see it here. The first thing we want to do is to go to the forms folder here and double click on widget UI. Let's close this. We want to put a few UI components on this form here. The first thing we want is a Q label. And it's going to say, guess my number. So you select this label here, go in the settings here on the right, and we want to increase the font of it a little bit. So now, right now it is a size of 9. Let's make it 14, for example. I like this. This is better. The next thing we want to put in here is spin box. Okay, it is a box that is going to allow us to choose a number. We want to go in the settings for this spin box and change a few things. The first thing we want to change is the minimum here, down here. So we're going to change it to 1, and the maximum is going to be 10. Okay, because we want to choose from 1 to 10. We're going to need to add 2 buttons. One is going to say guess, and the other is going to say start over. This might not make sense at first sight, but what we want is really for the user to click on the spin box here, and they're going to choose a number of their choice. And when they choose the number, they're going to click on the guess to guess the number. If the number is right, we're going to show a message here. And if it's not right, we're going to say the number is lower or the number is higher than that, and show that in a label that we're going to put here. Okay, so let's look at this label here and look at the properties that it has again on its font settings. And the font is 14. So we're going to add another label. I can't find it here, so let's search so that it's easier to find. So I put another label here, and I want to change its font to, and make it a 14 as it is on top. Let's make it a 16. I think a higher number would do better. Okay, this is good. So let's expand it to make it a little bit bigger. So the other thing we should do is name our components here, because right now they have random names and we don't want these names. Spinbox is okay, so I want to keep it like this, but I want to name these buttons guess button, and this other button is going to say start over button. Okay, and this label is going to say message label. Okay, So now we are done with the UI that we want. We can run the application to see how it looks. No harm in that. And you see our UI here. It looks like the design we have in here. I like it. The next thing is to right click on the Guest button here and go to Slot. And you have to choose Clicked. And that's going to generate a method in the widget CPP file. You've done this in the previous lecture. You must remember this. We're going to repeat the same steps for the Start Over button. Right click on it, choose Go to Slot, choose Clicked, and you're going to have on Start Over button clicked. We are going to import stdlib.h and time.h to allow us to generate random numbers. The next thing we want to do is to go in the header file of our widget here and add two integers for secret number and guess number. So we're going to say integer secret number and guess number. We go back in the CPP file for the widget class, initialize our generator, and we're going to do that like this. You probably know all this. The next step is going to be to generate the random number, and we're going to do that like this. It's not very difficult. You probably know all the logic here. The number is going to be between 1 and 10 for this case here. And we want to put in a debug statement to say that the number was generated and show it. That is going to ease our debugging process. For that, we need to include the debug class, qdebug. And we're going to say qdebug secret number generated. The number is going to be qstring number secret number. So this is a way to transform a number into a string so that qdebug can output it in Qt. If you didn't know, you should remember this next time you need it. You're going to do it this way. Okay, right now, if we run the application, our number should be generated. Let's try this. So we're going to clear all of this. We don't need it anymore. Open application output and run it. It should show something in the application output here. Number generated, and you see that it is a number of 8. If we click on the spin box, we can change from 1 to 10. This is working fine. So the next thing is to allow the user to interact with this. The first thing we want to do is to capture the guessed number when the user clicks on the guess button. Okay, we do that by saying secret number. No. We do that by saying guessed number equals UI spin box get value. Okay, and right now we have the number that the user has chosen. If you want to prove this, we can debug output this so that you can see it. Okay, we're going to say the guess number is okay. So let's run the application. You should see this. Oh, here we did from 1 to 100. We went from 1 to 10. Sorry, my mistake here. Okay, let's run the application. Okay, the number is generated. It is number 6. And if we guess a 3, for example, we say that the guessed number is 3. That's because we are capturing the number in here. I hope this makes sense. Now that we have the guest number, we can do some tests, and we're going to say if guest number equals secret number, we're going to show a congratulations message. But if they are not equal, we're going to do something else in here, and we are going to do a normal test to see if the secret number is less than what they guessed or if it's greater than that. So we do if secret number is less than guess number. So how do we output the text for the user to see? We access these things from the UI by typing UI here. So UI message label set text. We set the text to that label and say number is lower than that. And if secret number is greater than guess number, we're going to say number is higher than that. And if they guess the number, we're going to tell them a congratulations message. Congratulations, number is, and we add the string for the number, the thing we did before. Number, secret number. And by now, our thing should be working. We should be able to test this. Let's run the application. And while the application runs, we're going to open the application output pane here so that we see things happening. So the number is 10. This is the secret number that they generated. So let's guess a little bit. Play games. Okay, number is higher than that. 6, number is higher than that. 8, number is higher than that. And if we put in a 10, they give us a congratulations message. This is working correctly. We need to adjust the position for this label here. It's not beautiful. So let's close the application. Go back to the widget UI and try to extend it to fit the entire width. Let's run the application now to see if it works correctly. Okay, so we guess number is lower than that. Congratulations, number is 2. This is close to what we want, but we also want the user to be able to start over again. Now, if you click on start over, nothing happens. We want to take the game back to the starting state when the user clicks on start over after they succeed. So let's go back to the code. And look at the widget CPP file. Let's close this. We don't want it to disturb us. So the first thing we want to do is to disable the guess button when the user succeeds, because they have succeeded. They don't need to guess again. So we do that here. And let's put a comment here. Disable the guess button. And we do that by UI guess button set disabled true. We disable it. But as we do this, we also need to enable the start over button because we want them to be able to click on that button. Okay, so let's enable that. UI start over button set disabled false. It is enabled, but we should disable this button as we start the application because the user doesn't want to start over before they even start the game. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So let's set it to disabled. And now we can go to the start over button clicked method. The first thing we want to do is to enable the guess button. And we do that like this. We then want to disable the start over button because we want the user to be able to guess. The next thing we want to do is to put the spin box back to 1. The starting position. We want to regenerate the random number so that the user can guess it. So regenerate. We do it as we did before. And we need to clear the message label. And we say UI message label set text. We give it an empty text. And by the way, we need to do this when we start the application because we don't want to see that nonsense text that we are seeing it right now. So by now, if we run the application, hopefully we'll be able to play it multiple times. Let's open the application output pane here. Run the application. Okay, the button is not called the guess number button, so this is an error. Copy paste error. It's called the guess button. My bad. So let's run again. Okay, let's suppose we didn't see this and guess a little bit. So we're going to put in a 6. It's going to tell us that the number is lower than this. Let's put a 4. Number is lower than that. Put in a 3. Number is lower than that. And put in a 2. And we are going to get a congratulations message. We can start over again. And you see that we can guess again. We can guess that it's a 1. Number is higher than that. 4. Number is higher than that. 7. Number is lower than that. And it is a 6. Okay. And our app is working as we want. I would like to congratulate you on what you're able to do after this section. You have learned a great deal about C++, and you have touched some parts of Qt, and you've really seen it work well in the user interface. In the next section, we're going to look at Qt signals and slots in detail. I'll see you there.